What if I told you guys that LeVar and LaMelo Ball were fooling everybody, and things might not be what they would seem? Over the years, a love-hate relationship has grown between the media and LeVar Ball, and the same goes for the fans. He says simply some of the most outlandish things you could possibly imagine.
What? Everybody used to say who was the best, Michael Jordan or
Who did you
LeBron.
think was the best?
They
Who did
said,
you think
who's
was the best?
Kobe or LeBron?
Who did you think was the best?
Guess what the story is now?
Who's
better, LeVar or Michael Jordan?
I think about no damn LeVar.
But for every outlandish thing LeVar says, he says something that is equally true. And it's kind of scary when you truly think about it. On Christmas of 2019, Fox Sports Australia quoted LeVar Ball saying, "Melo goes any place and it sells out, breaking attendance records left and right. It ain't by accident. There's something special about this kid, and I've been knowing it since he's a baby. Now you guys are getting to see it, and the proof is in the pudding." LaMelo Ball was born August 22nd, 2001 in Chino Hills, California. He's the youngest Ball brother, and some would say he's the most talented. LaMelo's father, LeVar, founder of the Big Baller brand, the brand that at one point seemingly had the world at a standstill. Melo is around 6'7", weighs 190 pounds, 6'10" wingspan, and plays point guard. Some would simply say that he was born for this, but they don't see the time and the work that Melo has put in. His size and playing style reminds us of Penny Hardaway. Melo's older brothers, Zoe and Jello, they also are basketball players. Before high school, Melo built his on-court reputation by teaming up with his older brothers on their father's AAU team. LaMelo routinely played against older and more experienced competition. In 2016, LaMelo made his official high school basketball debut as a freshman for Chino Hills. He hit the ground running by being named an instant starter, along with his two older brothers. Melo quickly proved his reputation was warranted. He dropped 27 his first game. This was the first of several accomplishments to add to his freshman year resume. Down in Chino Hills, that year, they went 35-0. They were nationally recognized as national champs. LaMelo, he averaged 16.4 points and nearly 4 assists. He also went home being named Max Prep's National Freshman of the Year. Little did everybody know, Melo was just getting started. As a sophomore, he proved he could be the main ball handler and leader on the Chino Hills team. After Lonzo graduated and moved on to UCLA, where he quickly took over and showed everybody he was no high school wonder. Lonzo was the real deal. Zoe's height was unprecedented. Irregular jump shot and all, it didn't matter. As for his brother LiAngelo, he was still on the team. They would go 30-3. It was no 35-0, but it left them sitting number 4 in the entire country. LaMelo averaged 26.7 points and nearly 10 assists. He was named to the Max Prep Sophomore All-American team. Melo also made history. He scored the second most points ever in a single game by dropping 92 against Los Osos High School. Aw man, this got everybody talking. If you didn't know who LaMelo Ball was, now you did. But it also got a surprising amount of hate. People said a lot of his points were cherry-picked. To me, buckets count all the same. If you can score 100 points shooting nothing but layups, am I going to hate? Nah, go ahead and get your money, man. In the scorebook, it counts all the same. So I need to tell you guys how many NBA players I've seen miss layups.
Resulting in layups, except for he missed it.
This will happen about once every 2 years.
On June 22nd, 2017, Melo's brother Zoe would be selected by the Los Angeles Lakers, and the fun truly started to begin. The Big Baller Hype Machine would face the ultimate test. 4 days later, Melo would appear on a televised WWE Monday Night Raw segment alongside LeVar, and I have to say, these were some truly wild times. But it was still as if Big Baller brand couldn't miss. They were on top of the world, and it continued to feel that way the following month when the Big Baller brand team played against future #1 draft pick Zion Williamson. It was one of the most highly publicized AAU games we had ever seen. This game has over 10 million hits on YouTube. This game was so hyped up, the word is that LeBron was urged to leave because the game was that oversold. Even though Melo's team lost 104-92, it was a W for Melo. He outscored Zion 31-28. On August 29th of that same year, we got the first episode of Ball in the Family. Essentially, a Keeping Up with the Kardashians Hoop edition. We were all glued to the screen. The show was a hit, and Melo found himself in the record books yet again, becoming the youngest athlete to have his own signature shoe. But quickly, things started to change. Melo didn't return to Chino Hills for his junior year. His father disenrolled him due to beef with the team's new head coach. This was Melo's third head coach in only a few years. LeVar told ESPN's Ramona Shelburne, "I'm not dealing with that coach." Don't need any distractions for Melo. Only a few months later, LeVar found himself taking Jello out of school. LeVar felt like Jello wasn't getting fair treatment. Melo, he would go ahead and sign with an agent, which means no more NCAA eligibility. Any plans of building a reputation at UCLA like his brother Zoe? That was over before it even started. Instead, Jello and Melo, they headed over to Lithuania. Melo gained experience that you could argue was invaluable. He was playing against players that were much older than him, like he had been his entire life. But you could tell at times, Melo's heart just simply wasn't in it. He played 8 games. He averaged 6.5 points, a rebound, and 2.4 assists, and 12.5 minutes a game. This was a high schooler who was in a different environment, away from home. Far, far away from home. But hey, I guess everybody was still watching, right? LeVar was still right. But this time, doubt started to reach an all-time high for LaMelo Ball. And you could say even more so in 2018 when the JBA got going. Founded and funded by Big Baller Brand, it served as an alternate to the NCAA for high school and junior college players. Maybe they were on to something, but the execution might have been terrible. Hey, Melo was still balling though, slaps and all. And as for the JBA, well, yeah, you guys know what happened. After all this, after everything that happened, Melo returned to high school. Who saw that coming? During his senior year, he enrolled at Spire. Or should I say he turned Spire into a movie. Look, hey, Spire, I know they're a good basketball team, but with LaMelo, they felt different. Melo was one of the most talented and unique players high school sports had ever seen. So surely he'd be an All-American, right? Nope. One member of the committee said LaMelo Ball was ruled ineligible due to his time in Lithuania. This didn't stop Melo at all, though. He finished averaging 21 points, over 9 boards, and 10 assists at Spire. He made it to the Grand Session World Championship. While they lost, everybody was still on the edge of their seat, waiting for Melo's next move. Instead of going to college, Melo decided to shock the world and sign a contract to play in Australia in the NBL, a league that is notoriously tough. The competition level in the NBL, I would say it's much better than college basketball. And the physicality of the league, it can prepare you for the NBA in a big way. The hype for Melo, once he got going in the NBL, was different. He started to see himself mocked #1 in NBA mock drafts. People started to appreciate his game on another level. They said that LaMelo Ball was selfish, couldn't flourish in a team environment. I found that funny because you can argue that LaMelo's passing was one of his best skills showcased in the NBL. His all-around creativity and playmaking, it was on another level. This is a 6'7", 6'8" point guard that sees the game steps in advance, that can attack and finish at very high levels. Uses his length to disrupt the passing lanes. He's a high-level gambler who loves a good payoff. He uses that same length to remain competitive on the glass. Not just competitive. This is somebody that goes up and grabs boards among the bigs. He likes to play fast, just like his brother. And what better way to play fast than starting the fast break all by yourself? Of course, Naturally, his game is not currently perfect. Despite connecting from deep time and time again in the NBL, he didn't shoot the highest percentage, and his shot selection at times leaves a lot to be desired. But man, I can't tell you how much he's improved it. I think NBA spacing is going to open up Melo's game even more, which is absolutely scary to think about. Melo broke numerous records in the NBL. Youngest player to ever have a triple-double. First NBL player with back-to-back triple-doubles. NBL Rookie of the Year. Melo already thinks he's better than Zoe, who had a major rebound season with the New Orleans Pelicans, looking like a flat-out star at times. Melo also thinks he can be the best player in the 2020 NBA draft. And with his track record, I believe him. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now, guys. It's incredibly dope. You won't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe. Notice on. I'm D Coop and I'm out.